Let's go. Take this vitality until next time.
To me, Exile, quickly!
Grip of the infinite.
Heart in motion. I must have time to gather my will.
Breaklass needs me! Darkness surrounds us! Zelda's designs were flawed. Do you remember dying here? You will. Burn away, sin! Sin surrounds you! Feel the pull of the void! Yes, that's it! Death sweeps in! What are you? In this, the realm of the past, I am king, and you will bow! This one is my own creation. Breaklass needs me! Repent! Yes, feed! Obliterate! Sin! Plenty more where that came from. Face your destruction! Be no more! Burn away, sin! Sin surrounds you! No! Impossible! How? This isn't over! This will never be over! I will unify humanity!
No escape.
Good morning, good evening, or good night, folks. I'm your host, Simon Redhand, and today we're going to be kind of wrapping up my Stormburst totem build that I've been working on here. I know it's been a while since my last update. I've been very busy. I work full-time, try to get videos up when I can, and if you've been checking the channel and seeing the updates, I've actually been checking a couple other games, so I've been putting up videos for that, but I came back here to wrap up the rest of my challenges, which I just got finished today. You can see, got my 38 done. I don't really do 40 challenges because I don't really care about the totem. This was a pain. This was probably the most boring set of challenges I had to do for this league. Well, for Path of Exile in general. As you can see, I left these two because this one is god-awful. This is like another 300 maps left to finish this one here. And then these were just irritating me in general, doing these T17 maps. This build is not really geared up towards dealing with the amount of mobs that are coming out of these T17 maps. So while I was able to like clear them and do some of the stuff here, getting to the boss was just proving very difficult sometimes. Just dying a lot. It was crazy. The map mods that show up on T17 maps are just abusive as hell, and it's very difficult to find a combination of mods that just don't completely rack my totems on this build. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that it's channeling based, and then the ramp up time and then the constant need to move. It's not really suited for how T17s currently run. But this build itself turned out pretty good. I like it. When I am able to fight some bosses, I'm able to kill them. I was able to do all the bosses on my own. I was able to finish the fear at 70% quantity. I did all those challenges there. I killed a couple Uber bosses. I put some footage up there. I'm not sure if we're recorded or not. We'll see. Whatever's in the montage there, you'll see there. I did some T17 maps or something in that montage at the beginning of the game. I mean, in the beginning of this video, some captures of me killing the feared and completing some of these challenges here. I like this build. I think I'm gonna do some more totem builds going forward. I like what I was able to pull off with this. Like I said in the first video, this was kind of a expansion on Titanel's build, but I really pushed this thing and min-maxed it the best I could here. We'll go through the tree real quick. I'll link the path of building in the bottom there, but I basically followed his tree for the most part. And then there's some things I kind of pushed here. So in order to get my chaos resist maxed out, and I have all my resist here maxed out at 75%. In order to get the chaos resist, I had to sacrifice some intelligence, so I put some tattoos here to get that. So and this one here. So about I think it's like 6 tattoos altogether. You get about 18% chaos resist there, and then I'm getting 12% or so from here from this cluster here. This cluster here. There's a reason I put this in here. I'll explain later, but I basically use this cluster here also to get another 12%, and then the rest is just coming from my gear. So this ring here, this belt, this jewel here, and that's got me to 75%. And I think it was very important to get my chaos resist maxed out, because I think I don't have much other places to get defensive layers, so making sure that all my resists were capped, including chaos, was very important here. I didn't have any jewel sockets do anything with the timeless jewels to push it even further, but you know, this is good enough. What else here? I also went with the so I was gonna get mage blood, but this league was just draining the hell out of me, so I didn't even bother with it. So I was using I prepared these flasks for mage blood, and I ended up using this headhunter here for doing my T17 maps, and I was doing it just to kind of make it easier to do, just to get through the maps faster. But realistically, I probably should have got a mage blood, but I never actually used headhunter before, and I've used mage blood several times, and with headhunter being so dirt cheap this league, I figured I would go through it and give it a try. But yeah, I didn't really need it. I didn't need it for the T17 maps. My issue with the T17 maps was not the boss fights themselves. It was literally getting to the boss was draining the hell out of me. Finding mods that weren't destroying me, wading through the trash. It was crazy. And then every time I get to the boss, I'd have like maybe one portal left, and then if I messed up once, I would lose it. So yeah, that was the issue I was having there. Well, let's pull back to the build here. For my gear here, I had to, like I said in the last video, I had to use the green dream to get the rest of my my spell suppression, and I probably could have foregone the green dream, and it could be the green nightmare. I mean, and if I got rid of the alga mortis, but I happen to like these gloves a lot. I got these gloves double corrupted, 10% cast speed plus 2 daily gems, and I've been using for my Arcanist brand conductivity creeping frost setup, and I just think it's very hard to replace these gloves just for the spell suppression. So I probably could have optimized this much better. So I've been using the Perandus Pact here, which is converting a lot of my my skill gems, my passives with, well, it's not converting them, but it's adding the increased lightning damage to them. And if I used here a not unnatural instinct, that's something for unnatural instinct. If I use unnatural instinct here, it would have given me, so I would have had the nodes that I allocated here, and unnatural instinct would have given me the rest of the nodes here. So I would have had like some crazy like 300% increased lightning damage, but I had to keep Green Dream on, and I think it's worth keeping this on. and you know I don't mind this build. Like, so I was able to cap my suppression, cap chaos, and fit in this Brandis Pact here. So I had a pretty good amount of damage here. When I link my path of building, actually I'm gonna show it real quick. So I'll jump into configurations real quick and show what I've enabled here. I'm able to get max shock. So I got 50% shock here, 15% effective sap. We get power charges and frenzy charges from using the Stormburst mine setup. So we have Stormburst mines connected to Stormblast mine connected to charge mines, and that's what's giving us frenzy charges and power charges, right? Which originally I thought it'd be an annoying setup, but it's actually not that bad. I don't mind doing it. You put your totem down, you put your decoy totem down, and then you just throw 18 mines and you just kind of chill, right? I don't mind using it. Doesn't bother me. We do have onslaught here and there, but I don't have it checked here because we have the cluster jewel. We are getting onslaught, but it's not really necessary to keep this checked. What else here? Sigil of power. I've gotten better at using Sigil of power, but I still hate this skill. I did another totem build, I probably would not put this in my totem build. I hate Sigil power. So, but as you can see, when you do have Sigil power fully charged up, it's adding another like 2 mil DPS, right? But I just keep it off for the sake of this this POV here. So I don't have much enabled here. Sorry, turn this on. All right, so I don't have much enabled here, right? So that's it. So come through here, total DPS is around 34 million DPS, which is not bad. It is able to do most bosses. You're not going to delete them out of existence penance brand style, but you know, you put it down and all you're doing is dodging the mechanics and you should be fine, right? What else here? Is there anything I want to show out here? We'll see in game. I've done some things with these items here, which I think will be very difficult to replicate, but not impossible. Tattoos, of course, you'll definitely be able to do these again for the resists if you feel the air should do that. We don't know about this item yet here. This probably wouldn't be in the game next league, or it does come back. It's probably gonna take a few leagues to return back to the game. And if this didn't exist here, then I would probably use... I'm not sure what I would put here. If you can't use this jewel socket here, you would just save these 3 points and move them somewhere else, right? Because you wouldn't have to go for this journey here. Probably get this cluster again or get this cluster again, right? Because you don't need the three skill points from here. Or, you know, you could always go for one of the forbidden flames or forbidden fleshes if you want to get all fancy with that. This here is adding about... Well, I was messing with it before to see shock effectiveness. It was just like, how important is this now? And it's actually massive, right? So we go over here, I got 186% shock effectiveness. If I take this node off, it's giving me 80% shock effectiveness. If this increases in reduction to maximum mana, also apply to your shock effectiveness. Pretty powerful node here. I've got this Cracked Out Thread of Hope, which has 6% increased effective non-damaging elements, which is pretty good. If I really wanted to min-max this build, I would probably use this slot to keep corrupting this gem here to get corrupted blood can't be inflicted on you. But I just, there's one up there now for like 10 divs, which I could buy, but I just don't care. I'm done with the league, so I'm not going to bother replacing this just to get that. What else? I could also put it here too. I needed to. This is how I fixed some of my stats here. I made sure to get the dex and strength on my my small cluster. The reason why I put this on is because I needed to get some more chaos resist, and I was trying to figure out a way to do it. So I figured, you know what, I'll roll a large cluster and get it in here because I had the points, and I felt it was better than going down here and getting. Because if you look at Titanel's guide, he goes down here and he gets these area effect nodes, and I just didn't think it was worth getting these nodes here. So I went this way, and then I took the extra points I had to get another scintillating idea into the build, and another. So now I have 2 scintillating ideas, and then I put the 2 points here when I hit 98 and 100 because I was like, I don't know what to get here. I was over here with Dynamo and the mastery, and I took these off. I sacrificed, you know, probably like 2% effective hell for to max out my chaos resist, and then widespread destruction is like, it's whatever. If I were to re-roll this node, I'd probably get something else besides widespread destruction, but this is fine. This here, I self-crafted this. I did the I alteration spam the scintillating idea and widespread destruction, and I hit 2 Exile slams with 35% and 5% chaos resist. So this was extremely lucky for me. Extremely lucky. What else here? I threw on some of these lightning nodes here. So I have a 5, 10, 15, 20% another lightning damage from the tattoos here. Just because I had more intelligence to spare. I brought my intelligence down to just basically exactly what I need to rock this profane wand, right? Which is 237. I can't go any lower than that. What else? I did have some strength at some point when I was using Wise Oaks, and I had my resistance balance, and so I had strength tattoo here, but I ended up removing that because I was preparing to switch over to Mage Blood before I just got irritated with playing this league any further. I think this is kind of min-max as far as I can go with it. Like, I could have gone Super Glass Cannon using the Soul Mantle. I actually happened to find that in my last map I ran before I finished my challenge. I could have gone Soul Mantle with the low life build, and I probably would have got like maybe up to 40, 50 million DPS with the added effect of dying every time you breathe the wrong way in a map. But I just didn't think it was necessary, right? I was able to clear T17 maps. Yeah, I would die every now and then, but it was not bad. I was pretty much using, well, I just started using this back to basics build, but I was using let's see if I have anything resembles the tree I was using before. Nah, I don't. I actually started using this in the last minute there. It's back to basics setup here. But I was using a build similar to this, but I was rushing bosses basically. So I was doing destructive play and all of these. Everything else is pretty much the same here, except this is what I switched to when I was doing T17 maps here. Well, yeah. I was a big fan of the totems. I liked how it turned out. What I would change is I wouldn't use the channeling skill. I like Stormburst. It is very strong. It is very easy to go with. This build I have right now is probably, I would take easily 100, 150 divs. But you could easily start this. And I slowly built everything up. Like, you didn't need these. I was just trying to min-max this and push it to do T17s with every one of these modifiers on that you're seeing here. The modifiers on T17s are crazy. In order to get to the point to do this juiced out, cracked out, back to basics T17 maps, I had to basically push my character's budget, and it's not too bad. It was cheaper than doing Shockwave Totem, that's for sure. But it's not prohibitively expensive. 100 divs, it's a lot. Sounds like a lot, but it wasn't too bad. I did it in layers, right? So you definitely could league start this. It was very easy to play early game with it. And then as you slowly came across different things you could pick up, you just pick them up and put them into your build here. Like, you're not required to try to get these items right away, right? So I'm sorry I didn't do like a progress video day 1, day 2, all that stuff there. I'm still getting used to how I'm going to do my my Path of Exile content. But as for this, I think next league I'm gonna look for another totem build that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna figure out my criteria more. I don't think I'm using a channel skill again. I don't want to do Shockwave, but I am going to look for a skill that's instant and something that I can do damage over time with, because I do like having either poison or ignite. Probably poison. So I'll see what I can find. But yeah, so far Stormburst Totem is definitely a great league starter. I think it's worth checking out. I'm going to put the POB below. Definitely would recommend people starting off with this if they want to check out totem builds the first time. I'm not really a great guide writer. I'm just talking about what I did. If you want to check out a good guide, you got Titanel. He's got his solo southbound build, which I think is probably the best builds to look for even when you're playing trade, because you know that if it's solo southbound and it works there, it's definitely going to work when you have other people who can help you feed you items or you could trade items with, because you know what, if it works by yourself, it definitely works in an online community. the trade economy. That's going to be it for today. I'm going to be taking a break from Path of Exile this league. I am over this league. I'm going to be checking out Bellwright. I think I'm going to be put up some content for that. I was actually really enjoying that game. I put in a couple hours on that game and I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm going to go play that for a little bit, maybe put some videos up on that. And then when next league starts off, I will probably start putting up videos closer to the league start when I figure out which totem build I'm going to pick up that's going to fit my criteria of being instant cast and something that stacks damage over time. All right, guys, thank you guys for dropping by. I appreciate you as coming by and watching my videos as always. I'm new to the content creation space. As I continue to produce, I will certainly improve. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Have yourselves a good morning. And if this is the only video you watch of me today, a good afternoon or good night.